Hello, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. This is Annie Jensen. I am a project manager in the City Manager's office. I would like to present item D2. This item is a status update on all currently active Measure O projects. This report includes both their financial status as well as project accomplishments made in 2022. This item may look very familiar to you. We present a project status update every January to keep the committee and the public informed on what has been accomplished over the last year and where the projects currently stand. This report is an update to the one presented in January 2022. Our recommendation is that the committee receive and file this report on the status and accomplishments of currently active Measure O projects. There are three kinds of Measure O project. The first is one-time funded projects. These projects receive one allocation of money, and any remaining funds at the end of the project are reabsorbed back into Measure O. These are often capital projects such as the roof replacement at the Wilson Center. The second kind of project is ongoing operational. These are projects that operate regularly in perpetuity, such as the Homework Center at the main library or the Preschool to You program. These are projects that we want to continue providing on a routine basis. The third type of project is ongoing debt service. These are projects that were completed in prior years, but the bond debt that they incurred is still being paid off by Measure O. An example of an ongoing debt service project is the ongoing lease payment for Fire Station 8. The active debt service projects listed in the staff report all include the date that the bond debt matures. There are currently 41 active projects included in Measure O. 11 are one-time funded projects, 24 are ongoing operational projects, and 6 are ongoing debt service projects. All 41 are listed individually in the staff report, and you can review them to learn the status of all the individual projects. In the interest of time, I won't discuss all 41, but I would like to draw your attention to a few in particular. The following are projects that made tremendous progress in 2022 or received a larger amount of funding from Measure O. We'll start with the library integrated system. This project was an update to the system that the library uses to operate. The new system allows for more efficient check-in and check-out, billing and invoicing, cataloging, and public access to the library's collection. In 2022, we saw an increase of 176% in physical items checked out via the in-person checkout compared to the year before. Additionally, over 6,957 new items were cataloged and added to the collection, which was a 184% increase from the previous year. This project performed really beautifully using Measure O funds in 2022. The City Core Townkeeper program is one of the largest Measure O projects, and it's one of our ongoing projects. The City Core also made a lot of progress in 2022 and continued to provide citywide cleanup. The City Core actually removed over 17,000 pounds of waste from city alleyways in September and October 2022, so that's a huge cleanup effort and definitely worthy of note. The Preschool to You program offers classes at 5 different parks throughout the city. 2 additional classes were offered to support families with younger children. These 3 classes together served a grand total of 1,124 youths, which is a significant increase from the prior year due to the program resuming a post-pandemic schedule. The Ormond Beach Enhancement Project also made headway in 2022 when a city-hired consulting firm conducted the final vegetation survey of Ormond Beach near Perkins Road. This was the last survey of a 3-year series following the invasive plant removal and planting and seeding of native species. This is an ongoing project, so work at Ormond will continue, but the final survey and report is a benchmark worth noting. The next project is Fire Advanced Life Support. These funds allow the fire department to provide advanced life support services to the community. Measure O funds were used primarily to purchase PPE for emergency medical responses. The balance of funds will be put toward paramedic incentives. Ordinarily, the department has 1 paramedic on duty each day. During the height of COVID, all our pandemics were upstaffed, resulting in a 777% increase in Oxnard firefighters during advanced life support procedures. An ongoing Measure O project is the homeless program, which is powered through the pandemic and provides continued operation of the shelter on K Street. This is one project that it's important to note continues to be affected by the pandemic. County and state guidelines for COVID response have not been relaxed for homeless shelters, meaning 80 persons can be served daily instead of the standard 110 beds at the shelter. The 911 system is an ongoing project that undergoes continual upgrades. This system application supports City Council's priority of maintaining 911 emergency response times through data integration between dispatch and the record management system. This enables public safety personnel to serve the more dire requests for service in the least amount of time. Another ongoing Measure O project is the enhancement of community police. This project forms the Neighborhood Policing Team, sometimes called the NPT, and NPT staff were very active and involved in 2022, more than I could fit on this slide. So please be sure to take a look at the staff report to see all of their accomplishments. But one particular stride that this project made was to increase the number of beat coordinators from 9 to 11. This restored an earlier model in which there was a beat coordinator in every beat serving the community. The team assists with a variety of problems relating to crime, traffic, and quality of life. This covers everything from applying problem-solving strategies to locations that receive frequent police responses, reducing the number of calls for service, to assisting with a legal dumping task force. The lease service street bond is one of our debt service projects. The debt maturity date is June 1st, 2029. Construction was completed for this project in November 2022. It funded Phase 2 of the La Colonia neighborhood street resurfacing. Phase 3 is still coming. One of the largest Measure O projects is the acquisition of a homeless shelter on 2nd and B Streets. Mixed-use development began construction in June 2022. Construction is still currently underway and anticipated to be completed in the spring of 2024. Another one of the larger Measure O projects is the roof replacement at the Sturgis Annex. This project is progressing well. A lowest bidder has been selected, and the item will proceed to City Council for contract award shortly. Construction is anticipated to be completed in summer 2023. This slide is actually two different projects. One is the roof replacement at the Wilson Center, and the second is the roof replacement at the PACC rental. For both of these roof replacements, bid will open on January 25th. The projects will proceed to City Council on March 7th, and construction will begin shortly after. Both are expected to be completed by the end of summer in 2023. The 12 alleyways projects made huge progress in 2022. The resurfacing of badly deteriorated alleys in the Fremont North neighborhood was actually completed in November 2022, and only final accounting tasks remain before this project can be closed out. Since last January, 4 projects have been completed and removed from Measure O. All 4 of the completed projects completely expended their Measure O funds. They were all one-time funded projects and are now closed. These 4 are the fire station alert system, which updated the alert system at fire stations 4 and 6, the roof replacement at the Colonia Gym and Youth Center, the tree mortality event response, which removed 476 hazardous dead or dying trees in the city, and the tree trimming services program, which eliminated the backlog of 2,700 trees that needed to be trimmed. There was one project weaned in 2022, and that's the Fire Station 8 operations project. The operational costs for Fire Station 8 have been transferred to the general fund, and the balance of Station 8 bond debt will be repaid in fiscal year 23-24. This concludes staff's presentation. Thank you for your time. Both myself and the Deputy City Manager, Sherry Klima, will be at the January 26th meeting. There will also be project managers from each department attending, and these are our subject matter experts who will be able to address any questions you may have about the projects. We look forward to discussing the projects farther and answering any questions that you may have at the meeting. Thank you. Goodbye.